Let's be real. In today's workplace, we are all swimming in data, and we're all familiar with that blinking cursor on a blank page. But what if your tools could do more than just hold your information? What if they could actually think with you? Well, that is the big idea behind Gemini for Google Workspace. And in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how it becomes your AI thought partner.
Okay, so let me paint a picture. See if this sounds familiar. Maybe you're like Maya, just staring at this massive spreadsheet of customer feedback, right? And the report's due tomorrow. Or you could be Alex, a marketing pro who's got like a dozen different apps open, and you're just feeling that burnout from switching between them all day. You know that feeling, right? That constant flood of information and that pressure of staring at a blank page, needing to create something brilliant. We've all been there.
But imagine for a second, what if you didn't have to face that blank page or that mountain of data all by yourself? What if you had a real collaborator, a thought partner, right there with you, inside the tools you're already using every single day?
And that's exactly where Gemini for Google Workspace steps in. Now, try not to think of it as some super complex piece of tech. Instead, picture it as a new kind of teammate, one that's always ready to help you brainstorm, draft, or analyze right where you're already working.
So, what is this thing really? Simply put, Gemini is Google's AI assistant, and it's woven right into the fabric of Workspace. It's built to understand how you talk and write, like a person. So you don't have to learn any weird commands. You just ask, and it helps you get stuff done way faster.
So how do you find it? It's not hidden away in some complicated menu. You just look for this little sparkle icon. Think of it as a simple, friendly sign that your AI partner is ready and waiting to help you out. The whole idea is to make AI feel totally intuitive and accessible, not intimidating at all. Okay, before we dive into all the cool things it can do, let's talk about the #1 question for any business. Is my data safe? With Gemini, the answer starts with a foundation of trust, and this isn't some add-on feature. It is built in from the absolute ground up.
So let's trace what actually happens when you ask Gemini for something. First off, it only looks at information you already have permission to see. That's it, nothing more. That data is then processed, but only temporarily. And here's the most critical part. Your data is never used to train the model. The answer it creates for you? That happens inside your organization's secure bubble, and all your company's existing security rules are automatically enforced. It just inherits all the protections you already have.
To put it as simply as I can, Gemini respects your boundaries. It won't access things it's not supposed to. It won't train on your secret sauce, your proprietary data, and it definitely won't share your prompts with other people. Just think of it like a new assistant who already knows and follows all of your company's security rules from day one. It only sees what you're allowed to see.
And hey, this isn't just a theory, it's being proven out in the real world. Just listen to what Jeremy Gibbons, the CTO at Air Liquide, said. He pointed out that Gemini's ability to securely access their internal docs has tremendous value. That word, securely, that's everything.
Okay, so with that foundation of trust firmly in place, let's get to the fun part, seeing what Gemini can actually do for you. How does it really take you from that scary blank page all the way to a finished product?
Let's see this thing in action, right where you do your work. So in Google Docs, instead of that blank page, you can just ask Gemini to whip up a first draft. Or in Gmail, it can instantly summarize those crazy long email chains, helping you finally get to that mythical inbox 0.
And the impact is totally real. Amanda Taylor over at FinQuery figured out she's getting back 20% of her time that she used to spend just writing emails. Just think about that. What would you do with an extra 20% of your time every single day? That is a massive productivity boost.
And what about spreadsheets? Oh man, instead of fighting with these complicated formulas, you can now just ask questions in plain English. Like, which product grew the fastest last quarter? And Gemini just does the analysis for you. What this really does is it makes data analysis available to everyone, not just the spreadsheet wizards on your team.
For anyone who feels like they live in back-to-back meetings, this is a game changer. In Google Meet, Gemini can be your note taker. It captures all the key points and action items automatically. This frees you up to actually be present, to engage in the conversation, instead of just scrambling to write everything down.
So, we've seen how Gemini can give any one person a huge boost. But the real magic, the bigger picture, is what happens when your entire team gets these superpowers. The impact isn't just added up, it's multiplied. It unlocks a whole new level of what your team can do together. Just look at Meditech. They're in this super regulated healthcare industry. They found that by using Gemini for things like meeting notes and drafting documents, they saved an average of 7 hours per employee per week.
That is almost a full workday back in everyone's pocket. And here's a little peek under the hood at the engine making this possible. Gemini has this enormous working memory. It can understand a truly massive amount of information all at once. To put that into perspective, it's like being able to read and summarize a 3,000-page book in a single go. That's what allows it to tackle those really complex, big projects for your organization.
So when you zoom out, you see this amazing cycle start to happen. You automate the routine stuff, which leads to better team collaboration. That collaboration, combined with new data insights, frees up time for real innovation. And, like we saw with Meditech, when people are freed from the boring work to do more meaningful things, well, employee satisfaction goes way up.
At the end of the day, Gemini really is a fundamental shift. It's not just another tool, it's a new way of working. It's a partner designed to handle the busy work, so you and your team can focus on the work that actually matters. Your AI thought partner is ready to go, so the only question left is, what will you create together?